say your name, the country you were in, the years you were there, and some village or city that you were close to. Okay?
My name is Nick Gambale. I was in the Philippines from 1976 to 1981. I was assigned in Negros Occidental, originally in the lowlands working with rural banks, and the majority of my stay was upland working with the tribe of Negritos. As I said, I began in agriculture, worked for a rural bank, and that wasn't exactly what I expected my Peace Corps challenge to be. And I happened to go down to the provincial capital and found out about a project working with tribes up in the mountain areas near the Canlon volcano. It's a tribe of Negritos there, actually original Filipinos. And so I took a trip up there, and 2 weeks later packed my bag and went. So it was exciting. For me, working in agriculture, it was interesting to work with a group of people that basically didn't have money, so everything was traded, and the agriculture was slash and burn, and we tried working on that. Very difficult to change things when you have people that are basically trying to grow food so they can exist. But it was a wonderful experience.
My name is Joyce Emery Johnston, and I was a volunteer in the Philippines in Zamboanga City, which is on the island of Mindanao, from 1965 to 1967. And I taught English in a fishing school. Mindanao is mainly Muslim, so I got to see two cultures, the Filipino and the Muslim culture, and it was an experience that changed my life.
Carol Freeman. I was in the Peace Corps in 1965 to 67 in the Philippines in a town called New Washington. Ironic. And that was in the middle islands of the Visayas, an island called Panay. So I was there for 2 years. While I was there, we built a nipa and bamboo house, which I lived in for most of the 2 years, and 2 6th grade girls stayed with me at the time, and they took care of me and I took care of them, and then I kept in touch with them for 46 years until I finally went back to see them this past July. So it's been a long stretch of being involved with those folks from there, and now seeing their family and their children, their grandchildren, and everybody's going to school now, and I don't know how much impact I had on that, but it was pretty delightful to talk with them and see what's become of them after all these years. But when I visited in this July, they did not forget me or anybody else that was there in the Peace Corps. They remembered. People would be walking down the street, and I'd be with the 2 girls who are now grandmothers, of course, and they would say, Miss Freeman, I was in your class, and come up and talk to me. And some had good English. In fact, many people now in the Philippines have good English. I'm sure it's from television and the internet. They were showing me how to do Facebook and my smartphone and my computer. So they're hooked up. Good. One guy who came up to me and said, Miss Freeman, baseball team, because I'd started a little baseball league one summer. And he remembered that. And nobody else had talked to him about that day, or that they didn't know I was coming. And so they don't forget us. We have a big impact on them, and that's why it's good if we behave ourselves and are good American citizens, because we're very important. They told stories about things I did that I didn't remember, and things maybe I wanted to forget. And of course, I had stories about them that they didn't necessarily remember either. And so that was what was fun after 46 years. And they repeated those numbers, 46 years. She hasn't been here for 46 years. They would tell everybody because they didn't know why I hadn't been there. So now it's easy to communicate with them with Facebook, and they would love to Skype with me about every day, which I just decided I can't do. But so you can keep in touch with these folks now and make a connection back to people that you knew so many years ago that you couldn't keep in touch with very well because letters would take 2-3 months to get there. And so now you can send money by Western Union, and they get it the next day, and you can communicate by Facebook, and they get it in how many minutes. So it's such a change from when we were there, and it's so different.
Hi, I'm Connie Champlin. I was in the Philippines in 1964 to 66, and I was in Pasukan, Ilocos Norte, which is about 15 hours from Manila by bus, north. I met my husband at training, so I went in as Connie Kelly, and I married him after 2 years in a big Filipino wedding ceremony way up in Ilocos Norte. And my Philippine father gave me away, and my Philippine sister was in the wedding. So that was very, very special. And then I went back for my Philippine father's 90th birthday a few years ago, and my wedding anniversary. And it was so lovely to be back in the town and actually see people that I knew, and they remembered me and I remembered them. So